Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending. It is now 2 o'clock. This is the pre-proposal conference for RFP 184007. That's the technical assistance for housing for HUD. In a second here, we're gonna go around and get some, do some introductions. My name is Christopher Jones. I am the buyer for this particular project. And hold on a couple seconds and we will get this moving. Okay, well, it is after 2 now, so let's do some introductions. If you don't mind, when I call your name, introduce yourself and let me know. It doesn't matter if you are or not, but just let me know if you're a Detroit-based business if you can. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start with phone number 248-302-2843. Can you please introduce yourself and name of your company?
PJ, Black United Fund of Michigan, and we are based in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, phone number ending in 9100. Please introduce yourself. Phone number ending in 9100. Please introduce yourself and the company you're representing.
Yeah, this is Stephen Haycox with the DACO RTech Group.
Okay. Okay, Aisha Young, please introduce yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm in a noisy environment and I cannot come off mute. I did put a message in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Dr. Gator, please introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Dr. Gator. I'm here with ONG Management Service, with Consulting and Management Service.
Okay.
And hello to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Jason Copley.
Hello, I'm with RTech DACO, and we are staffing and project management in Metro Detroit.
Okay, thank you very much. Joyce Botkin.
Yes, good afternoon, Joyce Bodkin with Cohn Resnick, and we are an accounting advisory and tax services firm, and we have global offices.
Okay, great. Okay, Kathleen, can you please introduce yourself for the folks?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kathleen Quackenbush. I actually work for the Housing Department and have been assisting with this RFP. It's nice to see so many folks here. Thank you for reaching out.
Right. Catherine, please introduce yourself.
Hi, Catherine Mayrose. I'm with Capital Access, and we are not a Detroit-based firm.
Okay. Katie Rose, please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. My name is Katie Rose, and I work with Cohn Resnick. I work with Joyce.
Great. Ken Matthews. Ken Matthews, can you introduce yourself? I think you're muted if you're trying to talk. Okay. Welcome back to Ken Matthews. Kenneth Crutcher, can you please introduce yourself?
Kenneth Crutcher with Lot 3 Mets Crutcher Architects from Detroit.
Great. Laura Salinas.
Hi, Laura Salinas Martinez with Grow America. We were formerly the National Development Council, and we provide technical advisory services to local governments on an array of community development, economic development activities. We are also an SBA 7(a) small business lender and an affordable housing developer.
Great. Malik.
Yes, I am Malik Patton. I'm also with Deco Artec based in Detroit, Michigan. We are a project management and IT consulting firm.
Great. Michaela.
Hi, my name is Michaela Conroy. I am also with Cone Resnick and work with Joyce and Katie.
Great. Michaela Deer. May have mispronounced
It's
your name
Michaela.
there. Michaela,
Yeah, it's
okay.
Michaela as well. Yes, I'm Michaela Deer, and I'm with Brilliant Detroit. Yeah, we're a local nonprofit. So,
Gotcha. Molly Fox.
Hi, I'm Molly Fox, and I'm also with Brilliant Detroit.
Okay, I knew there was a couple people that may have jumped in here. Phone number ending in 4469. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Monica Love, and I'm with Life Filling Agency.
Great, thank you. Okay, I believe it's just one more. Julie Hartman, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Julie Hartman with TaquianBrookins.com.
Great.
Hi, I'm Shanice Bennett, CPA with AccuTrack Services. We're based in Michigan, and we perform audit and compliance services for PHAs.
Great. Anyone else who, there's a couple people that just joined, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Zaira Babor with Michigan Tech Partners.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon Pinto, MI Building Partners.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pamela Malone, Beyond the Logo.
Thank you. And I believe Ron just joined us. Ron, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ron Johnson.
Okay. Who do you represent?
I Look in the Mirror Foundation.
Okay, thank you. Sherry Franklin, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what company you represent?
Yes, hi, Cherie Franklin with Urban Design Center. Also here with Mac Major. I think he's joining on now. We are development consultants in community economic development and for housing economic development, working with government agencies, nonprofits, and community developers. And we raise capital and government financing for projects.
Great. Again, thanks everybody. Did I miss anyone? Has everyone introduced themselves? If anyone hasn't, please.
Yes.
Nicole. Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Nicole Wise, I'm the Chief Operations Officer for the Housing and Revitalization Department at the City of Detroit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just go over a couple housekeeping items and then I will turn it over to the department. and have them go over what they're looking for out of this particular proposal. Kathleen, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We just had 2 more folks join. I just want to let you know.
Oh, okay. I see a VP. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Victoria Profiter with Gatehouse Strategies.
Okay, thank you so much. Does anyone else need to introduce themselves that just joined?
My name is Mac Major. I'm with House Tour Investments.
Okay. Thank you so much. Again, thanks everybody. This is a great turnout. Okay, so as you can see, this is the pre-proposal conference. I'm looking at the schedule here for this particular solicitation. It's today's pre-proposal conference, February. You're welcome to ask any questions that you would like here, but if you would like to answer them formally, please do so in Oracle, and we'll be glad to respond to those questions. Of course, we will answer them here as well. The question deadline is February 5th at 12 p.m. So any questions you have, please have them to us by that date. The answer should be distributed by the 8th. The proposals are due on February 19th. And we are going to have a public recording just for identification shortly after the due time. So February 19th at approximately 3:30, we're going to have and I will send that note to you in Oracle and a link so that you can join us and get a public join us so you can see exactly who responded to this particular proposal. We won't be opening the proposal, but at least you'll know the folks that did apply to this particular solicitation. Other than that, I always like to go over some of the requirements because it is some of them could be tedious. Things like your tax clearance and all these items are mentioned inside Oracle into the requirements. But I always suggest to folks, especially when we're talking about tax clearance and all that and all those type of items, it doesn't take it doesn't cost anything, but sometimes it is time consuming. So I implore everybody to go ahead and apply for that tax clearance now if you haven't already. If you're not already approved in the system, just get the tax clearance underway. We don't want that to be a hindrance if you're awarded this project and you're trying to get that done. That could be a great hindrance until starting this contract. So I always like to mention that during these meetings. I think we got another person that just joined us. Rhonda Adams. Can you please introduce yourself? Rhonda Adams. Okay. Kathleen, is that the reason you had your hand up, or was it something else?
Yeah, that was the reason.
Okay. I don't know. I don't see her anymore. I've seen her when she joined, but I don't see her on the list. Yes, I do. Rhonda Adams, can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself and what company you represent? Okay. She may be having some difficulties as well. We'll circle back. Again, from a procurement, and I know you all haven't had a chance to review everything in the proposal, in the request for proposal yet, but do you have any questions from a procurement aspect before I turn it over to the department regarding the scope. Is there any questions regarding Oracle? Any response questions?
We
Okay.
were still having trouble getting on into Oracle and getting the
Okay.
account set up. So we still haven't gotten the RFP documents yet.
Okay. All right. So I will send a link to everyone in this chat so that they can hit it, and it shows them how to register and who to reach out to if they have any issues either registering or invoicing or anything in Oracle. Yes, Kathleen.
We had someone new join, a phone number.
Yeah,
It
I think I saw 7,500. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm George Lotz. I'm a partner with Ken Crusher.
Okay, great. Okay. Like I said, I will submit that information for anyone who's having technical issues in Oracle. I'll submit that information into the chat in a couple seconds. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to the department so they can let you know what they expect out of this project and possibly go over the scope there with you. It's all you, Kathleen.
Hey, Kathy, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Nicole.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Chris. This is a great turnout. So again, good afternoon, everybody. Nicole Wise, I work in the Housing and Revitalization Department here at the City of Detroit. The city has issued this RFP for technical assistance services for our HUD-funded programs. Currently, oh, I'm sorry. Can we mute everybody? I'm getting feedback. Okay, thank you. So currently we've got, and these are just some estimates. Things are always kind of moving as far as funding for the city, especially for our competitive programs through HUD. But we do receive funding from the Office of Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes. Right now, I think we have about 15 million. We have a $30 million plus choice neighborhoods grant. We get about a little under 55 million every year in entitlement funds. That's our community development block grant, ESG, HOPWA, and home. We also were recently awarded 95 million in community development block grant disaster recovery funds. We are still trying to close out NSP for those of you practitioners who have been around for a while. We are winding down from COVID funds that were awarded back in 2022. So that's the CDBG CV, ESG CV, HOPWA CV, and we also have home ARP. So we have our home ARP, however you describe it. So we have a lot of HUD money. And so we are soliciting firms with the experience in these HUD programs, specifically the CPD, but the preference would be for across all of the programs, including the PHA and the Office of Lead Hazard Control programs, but mostly our entitlement programs to help provide technical assistance to the department sort of on demand. That TA may look like a variety of things. It could look like creating tools, assisting with policies and procedures, reviewing program design, ensuring that it's meeting the HUD regulations, excuse me, helping us through closeouts of programs, helping us through audits and monitorings with HUD, and assisting us with the HUD systems, including DRGR and IDIS. And so it is a variety of those HUD, typical HUD things that we run into, where we're looking for some additional subject matter expertise to either be a sounding board or to actually help all the way to actually producing materials for us. And that may vary across programs at any time. So that's like my high level spiel. I don't know, Kathy, if you had anything else you wanted to add?
No, I don't have anything. Thank you. Except we had one more person join, Norris Howard.
Hi, please introduce yourself and what
Norris
company
Howard,
you're
I'm
representing.
from I'm from Central City Health.
Okay, thanks for coming, Norris.
You're welcome.
And Chris, that's all I had. So I don't know if you want to open it up for
Sure.
specific questions. I'm happy. Kathleen and I are happy to answer as much as we can.
Right. I do. So everyone heard the high level review there. So if anyone has any specific questions, please let's have them. Anybody?
Sure, this is Monica Love.
Okay.
You mentioned that you were going to drop in the chat. I was only able to join via phone. I could not get into the meeting via the Teams number that you all provided. The number would not fit into Teams for me. So is there any opportunity to get that information emailed out to me so that I can review the RFP that you are mentioning? And as far as what was just disclosed to us, is there any opportunity to get more information on the actual RFP that's being requested? Like, what does it specifically, not all of, because that sounded like a high level review of all or many of the RFPs that you have available or funding that you have available, but what this particular one is specifically would be great, helpful.
So to clarify, this RFP is specifically for a technical assistance provider, a firm that has experience in HUD-funded programs. So they would be providing the department with technical assistance services for the programs I just mentioned. So the RFP, once you've gotten access through our Oracle system, that RFP will give you the information you need to respond.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and also if you can, go ahead and email me, and that's anyone who has any issues that are on the phone that couldn't see the link in the chat. Please email me at cjones@detroitmi.gov. cjones@detroitmi.gov. Shoot me an email. I will give you instructions on how to assist.
And I think for those of you who do not have the RFP currently in front of you, once you get into the RFP, it will give you the information on the way that our department is organized. And that should also be helpful for your response. If you wanted more detailed information on the types of programs the city administers, that would also likely be a helpful part of the RFP to go through.
I think Sherry's next with a question. Sherry?
Yes, I just had a question about, other opportunities. Are you pursuing any of the foreclosure intervention housing dollars through HUD and Choice Neighborhood, perhaps? Would it be included looking at any Choice Neighborhood or types of funding opportunities? And would the services be only to the department, or is it also related to helping some of the service providers who may access some of the funding from the city?
That's a great question, Sherry. So to answer your first question, right now the city already has a planning grant and the implementation grant for Choice. I would say not specific to that grant, but there may be a chance where we would ask this TA provider to assist with other competitive NOFA responses. So yes, the answer is if we were pursuing that, then yes, we may ask for assistance in putting that NOFA together. And then for your second question, whether or not we would need assistance with subrecipients or contractors, that is also quite possible. But it would be likely on it would still align with the scope that's in the RFP. So it may look like reviewing our subrecipient agreements and making sure we have all the new HUD information like BABA and VAWA and all the new acronym soup stuff that HUD is rolling out, right? Or it might look like we got a finding because the subrecipient has a poor internal controls. And so we need to take a look because we're struggling to understand what things that they need to do better to so that we can address that finding, or maybe we need help putting together a more solid subrecipient oversight manual for the department so that doesn't happen again, right? That's the type of services that I would anticipate would be asked of the TA provider.
Okay.
Hopefully it answered your question.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. I just, when you're working with the organizations directly, then you get into their organizational development and board and all those things. So it's just a different level of focus. So I like that it's going to stay at a review and oversight and strategy to help them do a better job. So thank you.
Okay. Julie Hartman, I think you have a question.
I do. You've mentioned HUD grant experience a couple times. If a firm doesn't have specific HUD grant experience, but grant experience with many other government agencies as well as nonprofit, should we still apply, or are you only looking for firms with HUD experience? And would that disqualify us?
That's a great question. I would point to the scoring, the proposal evaluation criteria. There is a large amount of points that are specifically for consultants who can demonstrate, that they have experience with HUD funded programs specifically. So, and Chris, let me know if I'm saying anything I shouldn't be, but what I would say to you is that you may not get full points for that section, and that is the larger part of the scoring. So I think it would be up to you, your discretion, whether or not you wanted to proceed with submitting a response.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Catherine?
Yeah, I was wondering if you can provide any other information regarding what you're looking for the pricing proposal. It looks like you're just asking for a list of hourly rates, but is there anything else like, are you looking for an estimate of the number of hours or specific buckets for different activities that you anticipate, or any other kind of structure to the pricing proposal?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would look at, I think that was the intent behind scope of work and proposed solutions. So really those two things should, they should tie, right? So if you're proposing, it takes our firm, on average, this amount of time to develop, policies and procedures, or, and that would be done by our senior level CDBG expert at this hour, right? Like that's where I think the connection is made between the hourly rates or the rates that you're proposing and the types of ways that you are proposing to assist us based on the scope that's in the RFP, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Okay, all good questions. Is there any more questions? Anybody? Okay, Catherine, you have something else?
Yeah, I was wondering, is there a particular system of record that the city uses that people should be aware of when applying?
That's a great question. Currently, the system, the city uses the Microsoft Office Suite, SharePoint, OneDrive. We also use Smartsheet, and we are currently migrating over from Box.com to SharePoint, and we're kind of in the middle of that. In addition, I can't give too much information because we're still in vendor negotiations, but we are looking to onboard very soon here a vendor that will provide a cloud-based data management portal that so there will be a slight transition into that as well.
Great, thank you.
Okay, Rhonda.
Hi, I wanted to find out more or less if you or agency that will setting up programs, policies, procedures, what in specific are you honing in for those points from the organization that can help with the projects? So is it infrastructure, systems, automated systems? What kind of systems are you looking?
I want to make sure I'm understanding the question. Can you repeat your question for me? I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're asking.
Okay. I'm trying to find out whether or not our organization would fit what your need is. And I'm just kind of not clear as to the specific need and what the funding will do. You know, what's the specific need for the HUD? Is it infrastructure projects, systems projects, policy, planning, in particular? What is it? I mean, just break it down, you know, as if I'm a 2-year-old, because I'm new to this and I need to just understand specifically what it is that you're asking the organizations to provide.
So the best way I think to respond to that question is that at any given time, we would be looking for, we may be looking for advice and or help in developing or reviewing compliance for any of the HUD funded programs I mentioned earlier. So we fund home repair, we fund multifamily affordable housing, we fund public services, including homelessness, we fund public infrastructure, we do public facility rehab for nonprofits. You know, some of these are small projects and some of them are multi-million-dollar projects. We're looking for somebody to look at cross-cutting regulations, right? So environmental review, Davis-Bacon, Section 3, 2 CFR 200, and making sure we are correctly interpreting cost principles and procurement. You know, we would like to be able to call on this firm when, you know, we have some issues with interpreting regulations, and we need to respond to the HUD field office on something. Maybe we have a new program with a new funding source. Disaster recovery is new for us. So maybe we need to be able to call on this TA provider to assist us with interpreting those Federal Register notices so that we can put the program in place. We have policies and procedures in place now, but you know, we may want to strengthen them as a result of maybe a finding from HUD. You know, this one is kind of broad, so we're looking for a firm that can bring the expertise to the table where we can make those requests at any given time, depending on the situation and the program. But we do have a lot of programming going on, and we do have a lot of funding coming through the door. So there's not just, I can't give you like a specific answer to a specific program because it could be different program to program. And I hope Rhonda, that was helpful.
Okay. Again, everyone, if even after this meeting, if you find yourself that you have more questions, please submit them through Oracle. We will be happy to respond. Tiquan Brookins?
Hi, yes, I put a question in the chat. Just wanted to confirm, I did review the scope in the RFP, and I just wanted to confirm that you are only looking to award one company.
Well, the city always has the right to make multiple awards, so we're not gonna, we don't know yet is the question. Yeah, is the answer. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
And that was a good question.
Yes. Sherry.
Your last answers actually made me think of this. So how do you propose working together with this consultant? Are you relying on in-person meetings, or is it going to be possible to work with you remotely. I'm based in California. I work with many agencies across the country. My person I work well with, he's on the phone, Mac Major, he's from Detroit. But I do a lot of work remotely, so I just wanted to see how that can be addressed.
Yeah, sure. There is, we do ask for travel rates in case. I anticipate a lot of it will be remote. We've got more than enough tools to be able to share documents and meet virtually, but there may be a case where we would ask the vendor to be in person. And so we do want to know what your rates would be if that needed to occur. So, you know, that could depend on your team size, where you're flying from, right? But I think we did ask for that, for you to respond to that so we understood. But I do anticipate majority of the work will happen remotely.
Thank you. Some people just prefer that in person, you know, so I just want to be very clear.
Yeah. No, that's a great question.
Okay, Catherine?
Yeah, I think I maybe gleaned the answer from this, but I just wanted to double check. Is there already an incumbent performing these services, or do you anticipate like that this is a new a new service?
That's a great question. Right now, this would be a new contract. We do not have a contract in place with a vendor right now for this service.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, again, all good questions. Sherry?
Sorry, one last question. Is there a way that the people who are submitting, if there's going to be a list of folks, in case folks want to collaborate, to provide a breadth of services to you?
Yes, this meeting and the attendee list will be posted in Oracle under messages, and everyone will get notified when it is.
Hi, Sherry, were you asking whether it's okay to use subcontractors? Is that what you were asking?
Well, that, but also the people who are in the room, just being able to connect with them. If you're looking to primarily award to one agency, then perhaps a collaborative approach would be a good idea.
Yeah, we'll make sure everyone has an attendee list. Okay, all the questions. Anyone else? Anything? Taquan?
So it sounds like we're providing TA to the department. How many people about are in the department total?
That's a great question. So our department has actually doubled in the past year. We're at about 250 people. That is mostly due to our ARPA. HRD oversees a lot of ARPA funded projects. We are not asking this TA provider though to assist with any ARPA. The HUD funded programs, I think about half of the staff work on HUD funded programs at this time. So about 125 of us probably touch the HUD funding at some point in some part of the process. But we also do work closely with our chief financial officer. We have Office of Grants Accounting, Office of Development and Grants that often interact, especially in our with the financial and accounting aspect of things, including IDIS and DRGR. So there may be an instance where there may be some collaboration with them as well as far as the service delivery. So.
Okay, and also before you wrap it up, a couple of things I want to mention, because inevitably it happens just about every every proposal I have. Folks, please do not wait till the last minute to submit your proposal. Oracle is unforgiving. If you're in the middle of the process and the time is expiring, it just closes you out and kicks you out, and your proposal would not be accepted. So please don't wait to the last minute. You can always get your proposal ready and make any changes. You know, later on, you don't have to submit it. You can just get it all set up so that, you know, it's ready to submit. So I want to bring that to your attention. And also, please make sure, and that link that I put in the chat, please make sure you have your Oracle set to the right time zone. That is another issue. It should be the Eastern time zone, but I don't believe that's what the time that's defaulted in Oracle. So you have to manually change it. So it may look like the bid is due at, 8 o'clock at night and it's really 3 o'clock, depending on what time it is set. So those are a couple things that you really need to look out for. And again, if you have any questions, please seek out the assistance of our technical folks. I'm sorry, Nicole, go ahead.
That's okay. I wanted to just call out that somebody did, I think I misspoke earlier about needing to have that background with HUD. We actually do say in the RFP that there are minimum qualifications listed for the applicants. And it does look like it is very specific to these HUD programs, especially CPD. So just make sure that you're reading through the RFP. And if you have any follow-up questions in regards to that, you can let us know. Like I said, like Chris said, we'll respond. But it does say under minimum qualifications in the RFP that we're looking for 5 years of experience. And that includes experience of providing technical assistance for HUD programs, especially CPD programs. So I just wanted to mention that because I think earlier that was a question. I think I might have misspoke on that question. So I want to provide some clarity.
Okay, anyone else?
Julie had a question in the chat if there was a proposed budget range. No.
No, we want all the respondents to propose their own budget. Okay, any other questions? Okay, hearing none, we will adjourn this meeting. Again, please feel free to submit any questions at any time up to February 5th to Oracle, and we will respond accordingly. All right. And of course, this meeting, as well as the attendee list, will be posted for everyone to see. All right. So thanks everybody for coming. It was a great turnout, and we appreciate it. Nicole, anything?
Oh, thank you all. Looking forward to seeing the questions that come through, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.